Hey everyone, welcome to the podcast 5 Minutes or Less. I am your host, Brian Doney. Thank you so much for listening in. Hope you guys are doing good. Did you have a good weekend? Did you get to relax? Did you get to get some stuff done? That's good. I got to relax a little bit. I crashed around Friday or Saturday because every night of this past week I was out past 2 in the morning and it finally caught up with me and I just needed to crash for a little bit. But, last week was just so much fun and it was so busy too, and really grateful. Comedy at the Mez was crazy. Somebody threw chairs and another person blew up a condom. So if that's not reason enough for you to check out Comedy at the Mez at Capital University every Tuesday at 8:30, I don't know what is. I also got to do my first monthly showcase, Super Comedy Melee. That was great. We got to do a live recording. I'll be airing that, maybe in about a few weeks or so. And I got to have Not From Concentrate and Eighth Floor Improv. Those were two improv groups who were great, and I also got to have like two of my best friends, but also really talented stand-up comedians, James A.R. Anderson and Nick Glasser. I was so happy it was so cool being able to give them some work to do, and me and Nick, we actually had we had a lightsaber duel on stage. That was pretty cool. If I recorded that actually, and it's on YouTube right now. So if you weren't at the show, or if you were at the show, but if you just want to look it up and watch that again, look it up on YouTube. I titled it Super Comedy Duel. So look that up on YouTube. That was just wild. And if you guys couldn't make it, but you still want to make it, but you wanted to, we're having another one next month, October 8th, at around 8 p.m. I can't announce yet who's going to be on the show. Still booking people, but so far it's looking pretty good. But I'll let you guys know as soon as possible. This Friday, I'm going to be performing at the Buckeye Stand-Up Comedy Showcase at 8 p.m. September 19th. It's going to be cool. The Buckeye Stand-Up Comedy Club is made up of a bunch of students who are trying to do comedy, and some really fresh, original people, and some people are new, some people have been doing it for a while, but I've had some really great sets with them, and it's actually in a Donato's basement, but it's a really great room for comedy, and I'm really excited to do it this Friday, September 19th at 8 p.m. Check out more info on my website, briandoney.com, to get more information. And I think that's about it. I kind of want to get this show started with a guy, with this guy named Christopher Burlew. I think he's the first comedian not from Columbus that I had a guest on the show. He's a very funny comedian from Detroit, Michigan, and we met while he and I were both doing the Big Little Comedy Festival up in Cleveland this past summer. That was a lot of fun, and we both had some pretty good sets, and we talked, and we had a good time, and we did this podcast together, and I'm really happy he did it. He's a really cool guy, and let's get this show started with this week's random song brought to us by randomsongoftheday.org, Tomorrow Wendy by Concrete Blonde. Here we go. Underneath the chilly gray November sky, we can make believe that Kennedy is still alive, and we're shooting for the moon and smiling. Jackie's driving by, and they say, good try tomorrow, Wendy is going to die tomorrow. Wendy is going to die. I told the priest, don't count on any second coming. Got his ass kicked the first time he came down here slumming. He had the balls to come, the gall to die, and then forgive us. No, I don't wonder why. I wonder what he thought it would get us. Hey, hey, goodbye. Tomorrow Wendy is going to die. Welcome to the podcast, 5 Minutes or Less. I am your host, Brian Doney. Right now. I'm up in Cleveland. I've had a long day. I just did the Big Little comedy festival. It's pretty late right now, and been wandering through the streets, the stinky streets of the beautiful city, Cleveland. Cleveland's really beautiful. They have like chandeliers and all these big lights and stuff like that, but their city really, really stinks. They need some Febreze. Here's a fun fact: Cleveland's bathrooms smell nicer than their streets. So if you feel like you're getting lightheaded from the odor, I suggest you go to the nearest bathroom and take a breather. But right now, I thought I would try to, since I'm up here in Cleveland, I thought I would try to expand the campaign against Jimmy John's by ordering from a local venue, Rascal House Pizza. Trying to. My guest today is Christopher Burlew, and we are, he wanted a vegan, and I think I got the right thing for him. Thanks for waiting for me today, Christopher.
It's no problem.
Yeah. You said you wanted vegan, right?
Yeah.
I got a veggie supreme. I think that's the same thing, like veggie and vegan. Like,
did you talk to them about it?
Yeah, they said they had green peppers. That's good, right? They had onion. Good, right?
We're on the right track.
Diced tomatoes. Black olives. I actually don't like black olives, so I told them to hold the black olives.
That's fine.
And then they said they also had nice with provolone and feta cheese.
What?
Oh, what? What's wrong with that? That's vegan,
provolone,
right?
and feta cheese are not vegan. They come from an animal.
Yeah.
They come from the secretions of a cow.
What?
Like
so?
Do you not know what veganism is?
Well, I mean, come on. That's like saying you won't. That's like saying you wouldn't like have your own mother's breast milk. I mean, come on. It's not hurting them.
Look, my mother probably has sweet breast milk, but that's not the problem here. The problem is I told you that veganism is you don't eat an animal, and you definitely don't eat anything that comes from an animal. So basically, you're taking.
Seems kind of racist to me.
Yeah, you're racist. You are a racist, sir. Okay, how about this? I take your food and I throw it in the toilet, and then I take it out of the toilet and give it back to you. Are you going to eat it?
No, because you threw it in the toilet.
But it's not in the toilet anymore. That's it, though. Like, you can't... There's no way for you to make me eat this stuff, because even if I take the cheese off of it, the cheese has still been on it. So, therefore, it is still rendered... It still has cheese particles on it no matter what. So, you screwed me.
But cheese is delicious.
I paid for this pizza with my last $20. How am I going to get back to Michigan now?
Look, I mean, I know you've come a long way.
I'm going to start hooking.
What?
I'm going to have to blow a dude to get back to Michigan. Are you happy?
Okay. No, look, I'm not happy, but, I mean, come on. Why, well, I don't know. I do, vegans, like, the thing is, like, between, like, you and vegetarians, like, come on. It's just tease. Like, really the only difference between a vegan and a vegetarian is just a vegetarian is just a really picky eater. I get that, and I know you vegans are really hardcore about your cheese or whatever, but I'm sure that it doesn't. It tastes good, and it didn't come from a toilet. It came from a store, and we put it on the pizza, and it tastes delicious. And you're just going to have to deal with it.
You're so lucky I left my red paint at home. I'm so pissed right now. I just want to throw the red paint that when I go to a McDonald's on a Saturday morning somewhere in Metro Detroit, and I douse an 8-year-old with red paint. That's what I do every week for my cause.
Look, listeners, we all know that I don't like to make my guests unhappy. I always try to get the pizza that they kind of want, but I feel like that Christopher
Where's this pizza? Where's this pizza?
It's coming. Don't worry. It's 5 minutes or less. That's what I told them on the phone. That's what I always say. I'm sure Rascal's house is gonna come through. They're not going to be a disaster like Papa John's or Donato's.
Yeah, but you said you were staying at the Sheraton and you invited me over. This is a Clarion. I don't even think they're owned by the same company.
look, I mean, they all kind of look the same.
They all kind of look the same.
Yeah.
You called me racist earlier. That's a very racist statement to make about hotels. You are racist against your hotelist.
You know what? I'm sick of hotels. You know, they all do the same fucking bullshit with the, we gotta keep the blankets like this, and you can't get in the hotel unless if you have a card key. Hey, don't steal from the breakfast table unless if you actually have a room here.
I really hope that your audience members right now...
They're all so cheap and dirty, and they're all owned by Indian people.
I hope all of your audience members right now know that you were putting on a white hood as you said that garbage.
Look, I'm cold. It's really cold in Cleveland, and I just needed to keep my voice warm.
It's July.
Well, it looks like Rascal House's pizza didn't come, so don't worry. You didn't have to pay any money. And
I paid on the phone. Did I pay off your bookie? Did you say LeBron was going back to Miami? Seriously? $45 is a very expensive pizza.
Look, I mean,
I had $20 for a pizza. I had spent another $20 on it.
The reason why it was so expensive is because it had provolone and feta cheese.
You know what? I can't. I have to go suck a dick to get back to Detroit.
All right.
So I have to go.
Okay, fine, whatever. You should have known how expensive provolone and feta cheese is.
You're a terrible, terrible person, and this is the worst podcast ever.
All right, goodbye, Christopher. Christopher just left. Thank you so much for listening, and if there's any Indian people listening to this podcast right now, just keep in mind, it's not you, it's your hotels. It's your fucking hotels. And Jimmy John's, watch your back.